Alrighty, so today, I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I just wasn't exactly sure what to talk about. Again, this video is not really going to be scripted, but I just wanted to share my top 25 songs from the year now that 2020 is over, and I could solidify my list, and I listened to all the albums that I wanted to. So before we get into the top 25 though, there's 5 songs that I still at least wanted to include in the video because I thought they were still really good. And those songs are Swamp by Lil Darky off of his new album Swamp. And this song is just really, really good, even by Lil Darky standards. It's one of his best songs. That Way by Lil Uzi Vert. The sample is amazing. The song is just great. It's very hype, very high energy. It's awesome. Sophia by Tiny Meat Gang. It's a phenomenal song by 2 YouTubers who, if you look at them, you would not picture them making this damn good of music. And it's incredible to hear how far they've come in their music. Next is 96 Neve Campbell by Clipping. It's one of Clipping's best songs, period. The feature Steals the Show by Cam and China, and the lyrics are just very grotesque and brutal, and it fits very well with the narrative of the new album. And then finally is Exile by Taylor Swift, and this is probably my favorite Taylor Swift song ever now, more than Love Story, more than any of those, just because the way her voice harmonizes so well with Bon Iver's. And by the way, Bon Iver steals the show. I'd say it's more of his song than Taylor's song, honestly, because his voice just fits so well with the instrumental. It's just an incredible song front to back. Alrighty, so now into the top 25. I'm going to just list up until number 15, and then I'll go a little bit more in depth just because I do have kind of a lot. So 25 is Run by Joji. 24 is Gek 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 Remix by 100 Gex. 23 is The Ground Below Remix with Royal Blood by Run the Jewels. 22 is Shut the Fuck Up by Rina Sawayama. 21 is Halloweeny 3 by Ashnikko. 20 is Out of Sight by Run the Jewels. 19 is Real to Me by The Gentleman. 18 is Lil Scammer That Could by Guapdad 4000 and Denzel Curry. 17 is Prices by Lil Uzi Vert. 16 is Daisy by Ashnikko. And then, so now we'll go a little bit more in detail with these next ones. Starting at 15 is 5349 by Childish Gambino. I have recently become a fanboy for Childish Gambino. He is absolutely amazing. Going back and listening to Because the Internet, it's probably my favorite album of all time now. Every song is just incredible, and I feel like almost everything he touches just turns to gold. Such as his new album. It's absolutely amazing. It's not flawless, but by his standards, it's really, really good. And I genuinely don't know why the reception was kind of lukewarm to that album, because I personally thought it was very experimental, and he pulled it off about 90% of the time on the album. And it was really good. And 5349 especially is one of his best songs, period, in my opinion. Number 14 is Famous by Car Seat Headrest. Car Seat Headrest had one of my favorite albums of the year. When my album video comes out, though, you'll see it's changed from number 1 to number 3, though. But that doesn't mean I don't necessarily like it any less. I still think it's a flawless album. But this song in particular brings the entire album to a close in a very beautiful way. And even just the song by itself, if you listen to it, it's a very, very meaningful song if you read into the lyrics about like being famous and self-worth and all that. It's just a really great song. Number 13 is Perfect by Logic. Now, I'm not a Logic fan, but his new album was great, and this song, standing at, I think it's either a minute 30 or a minute and 40 seconds, he tops every song in his entire career, in my opinion. The beat, his flow, the lyrics, the just brutality of how he delivers his lines, every single word, the emphasis he puts on it, it's just so incredible. The song is nothing but hype and high energy, and I absolutely fucking love it. This song is, I can throw this song on any time of day. I can listen to it 5 times in a row because it's so short. It's just an amazing song, and by Logic standards, it blows everything else he's done out of the water to me. Yeah, it's great. Number 12 is Welcome to Paradise by Grandson. Now, when my album video comes out, you'll see that this is my favorite album of the year. And this artist I had never really heard of before until he did a song with Oliver Tree. And my brother actually told me about his album that came out. And he said, this is a really, really good album. It's really like experimental and abrasive, like you should listen to it. And I was like, okay. And then, at the beginning I was like, this is okay. But by the time it got to the end, and this final song, which is Welcome to Paradise, it made the entire experience so just incredible. And this song especially is very meaningful when taken into the context of the album. And again, just like with Car Seat Headrest, even taken up alone, it's a flawless song in my opinion. I absolutely love the lyrics. I love the voice he uses and how he layers. He's doing his like normal singing, and then he layers a background vocal track on top of it to where you can like barely hear it, but it makes it sound like kind of eerie, and it's really, really cool to hear. Number 11 is Diet by Denzel Curry. And this is coming off of one of my other favorite albums of the year, Unlocked. The whole album's flawless, but I think Diet takes the cake in terms of best song, just because the raw energy that Denzel delivers. The only other song that I've heard him sounding this brutal in is Vengeance off of Taboo. But even then, with this one, the lyrics are so brutal and in your face and just so clever. As always, so clever, such clever lyrics. And he knocks it out of the park. And the way that Kenny Beats will, like Denzel will be rapping, like in one part he says cold like ice, and Kenny Beats, the producer, he takes out ice and then puts in a sound effect of, I think it's from Mortal Kombat. It's some fighting game, and it says ice, but it's not Denzel's voice. So it kind of like takes you aback a little bit, but listening to it again, it's so cool. All the production and the way that Kenny Beats works with Denzel Curry and his voice is just incredible on the entire album, but in this song particularly. All right, top 10. Number 10 is Obey by Bring Me the Horizon. And this is also another album that I did not really expect to like as much as I did. Because Bring Me the Horizon had been moving in like a new... They've been going in several directions. And so, yeah, they used to be like really heavy metal, and then they went electronic, and then they went like pop, and then they went experimental / noise music on their last album, the one before this one. And then they came out with this one, post-human survival horror. And it's just such a return to form, and it's incredible. Yeah, lead singer's voice sounds just as it did on like their first albums, and it's so good. Just the sheer brutality of the delivery of the lyrics, just how hard he goes in delivering the lyrics, like he's screaming like 90% of the song, and it's so good. The energy, it gets you hyped up, and the if you look at the lyrics too, it's also really relevant to today because it's talking about like how the government and the officials in charge and the politicians are just telling you to obey them, hence the name of the song, telling you to obey them and not really like look behind the curtain and see what's going on because there's like a lot of shady shit going on. So they just want you to obey and make it easier. And it's a great song all around. Number 9 is Holy Calamafuck by Run the Jewels. It's a wonderful name for a song, and a wonderful song also. It's honestly one of Run the Jewels' best. I've had to sit on it for a while, but I'm pretty sure their newest album is my favorite out of the 4 that they've released so far. And this song is just a prime example why. Just the sheer brutality. Again, Killer Mike is always coming in, especially on this album, with just a really brutal and angry delivery, and it just works, especially for like today's social and political climate and everything that's going on. It perfectly sums up what us bystanders are feeling when seeing this shit go on, and it's so good. But yeah, lyrics are amazing as always. LP and his wordplay is flawless as always. It's an amazing song. Number 8 is Life's a Mess by Juice WRLD. Now, even though his newest album it's good, but it's more decent than anything. Like I've only gone back and revisited like 3 or 4 songs off of it, and it's like 20 songs long. But this song in particular really hit for me some reason. I mean, the song Righteous also really hit for me, but this one in particular, I can't exactly nail it down. I don't know if it's the production or what, but it's so beautiful. It is such a beautiful song, and the lyrics are so amazing and heartfelt about falling in and out of love, and it's just so incredible. His voice has never sounded better. It's hands down my favorite Juice WRLD song, and I am not really a fan of Halsey. I liked her first album, but I think her past 2 albums have been pretty bad, honestly. But her voice on this song is fucking incredible. And when she comes in at the end of the song, it makes me almost cry every fucking time because her voice just works so well with the instrumental that's going on and that's being paired with her voice. And it's so fucking beautiful. It's such a beautiful song, and it almost brings me to tears. It's so good. Number 7 is Claws by Charli XCX. Now making a complete 180 from beautiful. Well, this is a beautiful song in its own right, but Charli XCX delivers an extremely abrasive and loud pop song built for the quarantine age, and it's so fucking good. It is so good. There are so many quotable one-liners from this song, and it's just incredible. Her whole new album is great, but this song in particular is so good. The production is some of the best I've heard all year out of any song, period. It's so good. And of course, that's thanks to Dylan Brady from 100 Gex coming in on the production. And it's so good. Charli XCX has been just powering forward with this new hyper pop sound, and she has been fucking killing it, and it works so well. And Claws is my favorite song of all time by her. and it's so good, and I've been listening to it almost every day now, and I'm going to continue to listen to it. It's catchy, it goes hard, it's fucking amazing. Number 6 is The Gates by Aesop Rock. Now, Aesop Rock's new album is absolutely amazing. The man is one of the best rappers when it comes to wordplay and metaphors and imagery. He is so good at crafting imagery and using metaphors to convey his messages. And in this song, his rhyme schemes are absolutely ridiculous. They're so good. He rhymes so many words within his lines that it gets to a point where almost every other word is rhyming with one another. And it's so incredible to listen to. The first time I heard the song, I didn't even pick up on all of it. But after looking at the lyrics, it's so unbelievable at the lengths that he took to make sure that the song was crafted so well that all 4 minutes of it were going to be meaningful, and he was going to make it mean something. And it's such an amazing song, and I don't think I've heard a better rap song technically when it comes to like rhyme schemes and stuff like that. It's so good. Now getting into the top 5, the big boys. Number 5 is Good News by Mac Miller. Now, as I stated in my last video, his newest album, Circles, is just absolutely breathtaking, and it's almost a complete change in form from Mac Miller's past music, because Swimming was more so still a rap album. I mean, there were songs that kind of ventured into R&B territory, but it was still more so a rap album. But Circles is not that. It is R&B, and it's R&B through and through, and it's so good. Good News especially hit me fucking hard the first time I listened to it. It hit me hard. I was not even really a Mac Miller fan. I saw that he had died, and then this was the first single to come out from his posthumous album. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a listen. And it hits so hard because the themes in the whole album, but this song especially, about like not feeling okay, but having to look like you're okay, so that you don't like feel like you're a burden on other people. It's so relatable, especially I feel like through this year, because people, I mean myself, like I've personally like felt more alone this year, or this past year, I mean, than I have any other year in my life. And it's just, it hits you really hard because it's just, the themes are so relatable, and especially when relating it to Mac's life, it's very harrowing to hear, and very sad. And there's not really a time when I listen to this song and I don't cry after listening to it, just because it's a really, really heartfelt song, and a really beautiful one also. Number 4 is 1993 by Oliver Tree. I absolutely loved Oliver Tree's new album. My expectations were through the roof for it, because he had been hyping it up for so long, had delayed it after delay after delay so many times. It was like supposed to come out for like months and months, and then it finally dropped, and it was absolutely everything that I wanted it to be. And especially this song, it's so good. It's groovy, the bass hits hard, Oliver's voice sounds absolutely awesome. He delivers his lines so well, and it's just, if you played this song for me, I would like think he was like a genuine, like, established rapper, because that is what this song makes him out to sound like. And that's what I absolutely love about the album, is that it doesn't really sound like a debut album. It sounds more like a second or third album from a well-established musician, because it seems like he knows what the fuck he's doing, and especially with this song, he absolutely kills it. Oh, and not to mention, he throws a feature in there that's literally himself just pitched down severely. And it actually really, really works. Like, I didn't even notice that it was him the first few times I heard it. And then I saw something online about it, and I was like, wait a second. And then people, like, pitch shifted it up, and it's just him. But when listening to the song, it absolutely works. Top 3. Number 3 is Walking in the Snow by Run the Jewels. Oh, man. Oh, man. Where do I start with this song? This song is so fucking incredible. And the fact that Run the Jewels wrote this song before George Floyd's death and before all of that and shit hit the fan, this song, when it came out, it felt so fucking timely. It's absolutely ridiculous. The song is, okay, I'm sorry. I absolutely love this song. And so the first half of the song is LP. And he comes in and he absolutely slams Christians and religious people who are like supporting Trump, because he's saying like, hey, you're acting like you're godly people, but like this man's putting kids in cages and he's like a racist and like a fucking horrible person, and you're calling him like your savior. So, and it's incredible because he's like literally calling out like the religious communities that support Trump, basically saying like, you guys are pieces of shit because you're supporting a piece of shit and you're contradicting your ideologies. So he's basically like, well, what the fuck do you believe in then? Because you obviously don't believe in this because you support fucking Trump. And it's so incredible. And then the second verse, one of my favorite rap verses of all time now, comes from Killer Mike, and he comes in and raps about what it's like to be black in America. And obviously, I have no idea what that's like, but this song puts you directly in the shoes of what it's like to be black and the discrimination you go through, and just, oh my God, it's so good. So good. And he talks about how like black people and minorities are like nothing but a number to like the politicians and like the government. And then like soon enough, like they're gonna kill all of them. And then he like makes a direct message to like the listener, like, if you're white, you should be on the lookout, because he's like, if you think they're stopping with me, motherfucker, they're coming for you too. They're coming for you after me. And it's like a severe call to action. His whole verses about examining and looking at the racism in the government system in the United States. And it's so incredible. And it's one of my favorite rap verses of all time. And then at the very end, Killer Mike and LP come together in classic fashion, and they trade lines, and they end it very very boisterously, and they go in and like rap about like they rap very arrogantly, as they usually do. So at the very, very end, it sounds like a normal Run the Jewels song. But yeah, the two verses by LP and Killer Mike are absolutely amazing. And then number 2 is Heartless by The Weeknd. This is not only my favorite Weeknd song, but it's probably one of my favorite hip-hop songs of all time. It's just such an amazing song. All of the lyrics are incredible. The production is fucking amazing. I mean, the production on all of his new album is incredible, but this song is so good. It gets you hyped up, and it is an amazing song. I mean, it's not like very, very deep like Walking in the Snow is or anything like that, but like it's such a good song. His wordplay is amazing, and hearing him rap like that is it's so good. It's so great. He fucking kills it, and he kills it on the whole album, honestly. And then number one, my favorite song of the whole year is Pig Feet by Denzel Curry and Kamasi Washington. This song, I know I talked about it in one of my other videos, but it's just such an amazing song. Not only if you look at it from a technical level, but when you apply it to the social context that we're in now, how the police are and have been abusing their power for way too many fucking years. And hearing this in the song, it's just, and I said this in my other video, but it's a fuck the police for this generation. Like, Fuck the Police came out in NWA's time, like 20 years ago. Actually, now it would be like 30 years ago. But, I feel like this song is like a direct link in terms of the themes, basically stating that throughout those years, nothing changed. Absolutely nothing changed. And the way that NWA, like, went brutally against the police department, was talking about how they were going to kick their ass and like kill them. It's the same exact thing in this song too. And it's so awesome to hear, because it's just, especially Denzel Curry. I mean, he's my favorite artist of all time, but hearing him go for a whole minute without stopping to take a breath, talking about how he's going to like kill these cops because they shot his brother and stuff like that. It's so fucking good. It's so good because it takes all of that pent up anger that a lot of people in the United States are feeling, including myself, against the police as an institution, and spews it out into a song and allows the listeners to connect and feel it. And that's the thing that I love most about the song, is that you fucking feel it in your bones. And it's so good. It's very abrasive, and it works. The production works. It's amazing. The lyrics are awesome. And I truly have not heard a better song from this past year. And I'd say it's one of my favorites of all time. Probably top 20 or 30 material. But yeah, so that is my top 25 songs of 2020. I apologize again, video is not scripted, but I really wanted to talk about this, and it's kind of a long video, but I really appreciate you guys watching. And look out for my album video, top albums of 2020, which will be coming out next week. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you.